Breaking news, my. If your girlfriend went to the season opener of every basketball game, she's fucking someone on that team. Something like that. I'm declaring war. I'm declaring war on traditional self-improvement because it's nothing more than a public humiliation ritual designed to extract your life force from you and ruin your life. It's designed to literally keep you in this treacherous cycle of buying course after course after course after course, thinking that there's something out there that's going to fix you or save you. When in reality, the only thing that's going to ever save you is you. Now, here's the thing. Why am I declaring war on traditional self-improvement? What does that even mean? For the past 4 years, I've been in this arc, this self-improvement arc, doing my best to self-improve, doing my best to read all these books, doing my best to journal, doing my best to not let lust destroy me, which again, we got to be careful with that one, okay? Doing my best to lock in and make it. But the fruits of my labor, although my life is amazing, although I've made drastic improvements, I look back at the past 4 years and I think to myself, there was fun there, but there could have been a lot more fun paired with a lot better of results, not only financially, not only purpose-wise, but most importantly, experience-wise. There have been plenty of different things if I had focused on not the self-improvement, but finding and figuring out the lessons that make you self-improve, that level up your brain power to influence your behavior in a different way, a better way. Am I trying to say I didn't learn anything? No. What I'm saying is there's more out there to see. There's more out there to experience. There's more out there to do, which is why I'm declaring war on traditional self-improvement. I want you to take a look at some of the biggest influencers in the space right now. Take a look, right? The Andrew Tates, the Samuel Onuhas, a new guy that I have recently come across. He's big on Twitter, Moritz Neo, Luke Davis, another crypto guy, Imans. You see my drift here, right? If you watch these guys' content, they're living what appears to be insane lives, right? They're traveling, they're doing a bunch of shit, they're working their asses off, they're going out, they're partying, they're having a good time, right? Tate is fighting, he's in a fight, he's buying companies. Their vlogs are pretty sick. They're driving supercars. These guys are grinding their asses off, and their life doesn't always look like this. But there's a reason why they made it to this level. This level of wealth, this level of themselves that is so much higher compared to who they were when they first started their online money journey, right? They leveled up. And it got me thinking, like, was Andrew Tate doing monk modes? I mean, I don't know for sure. But I would argue, based on what I see on that guy, probably not. Samuel Onuha. We all watch his vlogs. We've seen his content. Dude's locked in. But he knows when to enjoy his life. He knows when to travel. He knows when to go do shit. And I'm thinking to myself here, like, you know, I thought, like, this whole self-improvement thing meant, like, lock yourself away, journal, read, become this crazy new version of yourself. In reality, what I'm looking at is that you got to work your ass off. You got to become a better version of yourself. But if you lock yourself in your room all day, you're not going to experience the world. You're not going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're not going to experience your life to the fullest. And if you truly look at it, what's the point of sitting behind this laptop working all day just to never enjoy the fruits of your labor, especially when the only reason why you watch the content that you do is because you're watching other people experience their life to the fullest while you sit there and watch? Are you a cuck? I would imagine no. If you're watching my content, you're definitely not. So it got me thinking, like, I want to improve. I've made drastic improvements over the years, but something's missing. What's missing? The finer experiences of life. I need to life max. I need to go to Europe. I need to run up my own business. I need to post banger content. Take more girls out. I gotta do cool shit. And the lessons that I learn by living my life and still grinding on my business, still grinding to retire my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, myself, level up financially. I gotta take these lessons that I'm learning by living my life to make sure that when I do put in work, when I am working, I'm that much more focused. I'm that much more dialed in because I've had a chance to experience other parts of my life. When you life max, you maximize the work that you put in. You maximize your experiences on this planet, and self-improvement becomes a byproduct of who you become because you experience the world and you didn't cut yourself off from it. This whole hustle, grind culture, self-improvement arc, in theory, it's great. But if you're not going out and enjoying your life as well, you're fucking missing the point. Imagine being the millionaire who can never leave his screen. It's the definition. It's literally the definition of a glorified 9 to 5. You're worse than a slave. Now, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. There's a very big difference between working and playing, honestly. I believe Naval Ravikant, if that's how you say his last name, he's a billionaire tech guy. I think he says this best. Like, you have to find what feels like work to others and feels like play to you. Find what feels like play to you and work to others. So does the word work even exist? I mean, you're not going to always love what you do. But in all reality, though, if you like had your, let's say, your life purpose was to create a profitable e-commerce brand, and you're working on that every day. Let's say it was like a golf store. You loved golf. Are you working, or are you pursuing something you love? Are you playing with something you love? I would argue the latter. So working to me doesn't even exist because it only exists in the lens of you operating and working on something that you don't actually care about, like a 9 to 5, like an agency that you don't actually want to work on. Been there. Do you catch my drift? Work isn't real. Self-improvement is a byproduct of living life and learning lessons. You can't learn many lessons by sitting in your fucking room, locked away in the dark, on a monk mode. There's definitely times to remove yourself from society, be in isolation, and develop yourself. But to think that that's your default state, I believe to be eyewash. Complete eyewash. You've been sold a dream. You've been sold this dream of like work 18 hours a day every single day for the rest of your life just to make it. No. Bro. You got to be so efficient with your work that you're able to experience the rest of your life. You have to be so aware of the life that you want to live that you make sure you don't let it pass you by. You want to be young and rich. You want to be young and have experience. You want to be young and learning lessons. You don't want to be old all of a sudden going to Europe. So the reason why I'm declaring war on traditional self-improvement is because that doesn't come first. Self-improvement comes second. Life maxing comes first. Maxing out your stats like a video game in every single sector of your life. The four that I would argue are the most important: the mind, the body, the soul, and your business. Those are the four most important pillars of your life. And I believe that you need to maximize every single stat of those. This is what makes up life maxing. And if you can do that, you're going to live one hell of a life. Since the soul aspect is in there, you're going to still be able to have a family if you so choose. Find love if you so choose. Experience the world. Work on your purpose. Play with your purpose. All because you didn't approach your life in a way that limits you. I understand discipline. I understand consistency. But with life maxing, you're looking at your life like a video game. So you don't get sucked into a pendulum that steers you off your path. I promise you this. Don't make it out of your 20s without experiencing your life. Life maxing is the sauce. Look up on YouTube right now. Any influencer. I don't care how rich they are, how rich they appear to seem. What they're doing is life maxing, living their life, documenting cool shit, and whether they end up richer in 10 years from now or broker in 10 years from now, they still get to look back at that part of their life and say, damn, I was 100% living it up. I was 100% maximizing it. And whether they work hard or not, that's on them. The last thing you want to do is look back when you're 35 or 40 years old and say, man, I was working so hard, but I didn't get shit from it. You diminish the quality of your soul if you lock yourself in a room and never go out and experience the world. You have to know as much of an incel. It's crazy. You have to have incel type intelligence and boomer like experience, rich boomer. Does that make sense? Do you see the polarity there? I don't know about you guys, but I can't just do one thing halfway. I go crazy with everything I do. I go hard with everything I do. And I try to limit myself to fit into the realms of what I thought self-improvement to be. But in reality, I was missing the whole point. Self-improvement happens after you learn the lessons of maximizing every single stat of your life. The mind, the body, the soul, and your business. I hope that fucking helps. And right now, it's time to go on a life maxing arc. We're starting small. We're starting with the most easy, the easiest possible thing to do, the body. And we will work our way up from there. Will I document the process? We'll see what happens. Peace.